Okay, so our partners are the Disability Channel, Jay Stroyan of the Disability Channel, headquartered in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We have Marcus Hart, Transferring Media in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have Zach Clayton of Colorado at the PAC Channel, and Lawrence Wingate of Wingate Studios in North Carolina. So. And welcome everybody to the TDC Today Show.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for everybody for being here. This is the TDC Today Show. And as always, we have our wonderful TDC ambassador with us, and his name is Kurt Roskoff. My name, by the way, is Sue Roskoff. We're always so glad to be here, and we have a wonderful guest joining us here today as well. Before any further ado, though, I would like to pass this over to Kurt to give you guys a little info and insight on what is all happening today. So, Kurt, over to you.
Well, what is happening today is it is May 27th, and Emily posted on the Shakedown page a photo with her friend Mark sharing, what today is all about. So Emily, can you do the honors and tell us what the themes of today are by Mark and the calendar of celebrations and awarenesses and what to do and eat, and then what is the Shakedown, Emily?
First of all, I'm getting to the picture here. The Shakedown is 15 minutes of music and motion. That was started a couple years ago by somebody in Madison, Wisconsin. And so it's 15 minutes of moving to 80s music or whatever music we're listening to on that particular day. And so today is National Sunscreen Day, and the others get your wig on day, and let me see if I can find the
put your wig on day
here. Or wig out day, National Wig Out Day. So that's wearing wigs. National Italian Beef Day, National Cellophane Tape Day, and National Grape Popsicle Day. So that's what today is, for those of you who are wondering.
That's one of the fun things we do every time, because we do the shake. How often do we do the Shakedown, Emily?
Every single day. 7 days a week, 365.
So we are always on at 12 o'clock noon Central Time on the Shakedown. And the easiest way to find us is to go to the group that's actually located on Facebook. You can watch us live and join us. You can watch and just, do what you want here to have the music and entertainment going on. But really, the whole idea is 15 minutes of music and motion. So we are there to actually do physical motion, just something. It's not strenuous or anything like that, but it is something so especially those of us who are sitting here in front of computers a lot, or just need an excuse to get moving, right? Don't we all need that moment of just get your body moving? The rest of your day goes better if you can actually take that moment and make something of it, rather than just sitting there. We actually are doing it. So and it's simple motions, it's easy to follow, and it's not like it's a no judgy kind of zone. I can tell you that too. We all just make it fun, do it together, and enjoy our time with that 15 minutes of music and motion. And like I said, it's very simple. We have music that Jim Turk's the one that started this back in the beginning of when COVID all happened. We had a time where there's a everybody's at their home, right? They have all these activities that they had been doing, ways to stay busy, to stay as fit as possible, right? And all of a sudden everything's closed and can't do the things that they were doing before, that any of us were doing before. So Jim was the guy who said, hey, I'm committing to myself that I'm going to take 15 minutes every day, 12 o'clock noon, I'm doing this. And it basically became this group of accountability partners, right? We all show up and we all do 15 minutes of music in motion. So, and the music is tweaked just a little. He spent, I don't know how many hours he must have spent making the music that he did, because there is, gosh, he I don't think he even gave me all the music, but he gave me 3 different folders. We had 70s, 80s, and 90s music, and he had to speed them all up just a little bit because, you know, Facebook doesn't like when we replay copyrighted music, right? So he did a good thing and made it so that we could all actually use that music, and just sped it up slightly so that it was compliant with being able to do it live on Facebook. Otherwise things would get blocked. And then the whole point is to get people moving, right? We're not trying to do anything against any copyrights. We're making it as fun as we can. And at the end, that's where Mark is very faithful in showing up with all these pictures in his background, because we're all doing it in Zoom. That's where the option is there. If people want to join us in Zoom and actually be part of it live in the, I always say it's where the cool kids are hanging out. We are there and we're all doing this together. So if you ever want to do that, it's a matter of reaching out and letting us know so we can get to the link so you can actually join us. But that is something that at the end, Mark will go through and let us know what is significant about today, because it is national this, national that. It's and then there's celebrity birthdays and little known facts, things of why today is important. And it's just a really fun way to find out some cool unknown things. I would never know that it was wig out day today if he hadn't said something. So he makes it very fun and adds that extra little splash of life to what we're doing there. And then a lot of times people hang out just social time afterwards. So it is not unusual at all for the crew to just kind of hang out on Zoom there until, I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock, whatever. Every day's different. Some people have to head out right away. Some people can stick around, and for all of us is always different. So it is fun, and we've been very committed to doing this for a very long time, and it's going to keep going. So 12 o'clock noon, 15 minutes of music in motion. You're supposed to push yourself, but don't hurt yourself, and dance like nobody's watching, because that's what it's all about, is having fun. So Emily, any other thoughts that you have to share about it? Because I know you've been doing a lot with it here as well. Oh, except you're muted yet. There we go.
Did we mention it's Facebook live stream too? So for those of you who either don't want to or can't get on Zoom for whatever reason, if you go to the 12 o'clock shakedown page, it's the 12 o'clock shakedown all written out. And you can see my version of the shakedown on that Facebook page, so you can always tune into the lives if Zoom isn't an option for whatever reason. So
yeah, if you're not available right at noon.
I don't know if I have any other comments. We have a good group going, so I'd love to see all of you out there joining us, whether it's watching the live or coming on Zoom.
Or catching a replay of those lives. You can go there anytime. If that's not the best time of day for you, you can literally go there anytime and pick your favorite day. You can go back and find your birthday if you want and do the shakedown from that day. Whatever you want to do, it's available. So I'm glad that the group is as solid as it is, and it is fun. So otherwise we wouldn't keep doing it, would we?
But hopefully not.
And with that, I think we are going to actually, why don't I pass it back to you, Emily, to introduce who we have joining us today.
Looks like we have two great people joining us today. First, we have Mariana Waikiki. She met through the Happy Neighborhood Project. She is an author, app game developer, among other things. So she has a Acts of Kindness book series. So Marianne, why don't you come in here and say a little bit about your big project?
Well, thank you, Emily, Kurt, and Sue, for always having these amazing Saturday shows. Yeah, I go by man of Waikiki. I'm the author of the Acts of Kindness series featuring 200 folk Manus puppets. My books are written for animation movies with sign language characters and soundtrack by Lucy and The Perfect Wave. So want to give a big thanks of appreciation to all the military forces out there, United States Coast Guard, for being of service as we are celebrating Memorial Weekend here. And I just want to share an opportunity of a book signing that I got to do in 2017. I got to sail Southwest Florida, Punta Florida, sailed out to Virginia up through the ICW, that's the Intercoastal Waterway. And my breath was just taken away of naval ships. Hello, gracias to all the military families out there. And we have 500 million people worldwide with a hearing loss now who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. Millions of moms and dads coming home from being, and we have donors, and they can request the copies of the books. And back when I was in Hawaii, I had the opportunity to meet with the audiologist at Triple Army Medical Hospital. And the audiologist, both graduates, to get these. And so we are doing that. We're doing that with donorschoose.org. And, we have created app games now on Apple. So you read the chapters of the book, learn the finger spelling alphabet on the website, which we are going to be uploading in the next week with Hostinger and Trevor Gibbs out of Orlando. Make sure it's ADA compliant, meaning that's American Disability Act compliance. And all business owners need to make sure you have a website that is ADA compliant. If not, you can receive up to a $75,000 fine. So again, Trevor Gibbs is the web detective. He's also a new character in my book. And you can contact him in Orlando. Charity Revolutions is his organization. And he can evaluate your website for free. So we're working on doing that. And so grateful to be here and projects to get the puppets to you, Kurt, with Folk Manus, and see what we can do in the future for a book club and reading the chapters of the good books. And playing the different games that are one of our next guests who take these Nations and 30 is helping us develop a new main character for my sequel book called Cool Acts of Kindness for Climate Change. Waterflow is her name. She's a whale, and flow stands for the love of water. So for the love of Leon McLaughlin, please take it away.
Leon, can you come on in and join us? We'd love to hear from you today.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, awesome.
Yes, I'm Leon McLaughlin, CEO of the Clean Water Foundation. And like Mariana had said, we are working with Waterflow the whale, her character, Flo for the love of water. We're now in over 40 different countries providing clean, fresh drinking water to children around the world. Our latest project is on the Hopi and Navajo Reservation in Arizona and also Gambia. We're working with Sedona Spotlight, which is a show out of Sedona that's working with us to bring these water units to the Hopi and Navajo Reservation. And Airline Ambassadors, who's been working with us also to bring these units to the Hopi and Navajo Reservation and also in Gambia. We actually just did a show with Sedona Spotlight, and we'll be sending you guys the link. It should be up on Monday, and we'll send everybody the link of that show, and we talked about the disability network and what we're doing with you guys and Kurt and Mariana and everybody. And it's about how working together works to get the word out. So we're really happy to be part of the disability network, along with our clean water projects to bring water to children that badly need it around the world. Because as you know, over 2 million people die every year for lack of clean water. 50% of the world's hospital beds is filled with people with waterborne illnesses. So if they have clean water, look how many hospital beds you're now having free for other things rather than waterborne illnesses, and how many people's lives is being saved by having clean water. We have an event today, actually, in Kirkland, Washington at Life Community Church, and we'll be celebrating the Memorial Weekend with our servicemen, you know, giving them honor along with the latest water project that we had and fundraiser that we had in Beverly Hills and in Bellevue, Washington, that was able to provide over 2,000 children and their families clean, fresh drinking water on the Hopi and Navajo reservation. And that event will be from 4 to 8. And we have some amazing artists that joined us: Jennifer Ray, Steve Boyce, Johnny, the saxophone player. We have some of the best restaurants in Washington that joined us: the Volterra's famous Italian restaurant, and Santa Fe is a famous Mexican restaurant here in Washington State. So we're glad that the community joined us, along with the church, the Kirkland Chamber of Commerce, the mayor of Kirkland. So we're having that event today. And then July 14th, 15th, and 16th, we had a ranch donated to us called the Ferguson Ranch, where we'll have like a Woodstock type of fundraiser with some amazing artists. Steve Boyce will be part of that, Jennifer Ray. We got Kristen Chambers, we got Barb Hindell. We also have a Cirque du Soleil circus performer, Gabby. And that's going to be an amazing show also. So we're glad that we got now musicians, we have restaurants, everybody joining us to put the word out and bring these children clean, fresh drinking water, along with joining you guys on the Disability Network. And if anybody would like to join us or donate or lend a hand, they can go to www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. We're also working with the film deal in Africa with Jasper and those guys, which is awesome also. So working together truly works, and to get the word out. So glad to be here. Glad that we're teaming up with you guys. A lot of children are getting clean water because of this. And what Mariana is doing with the water flow well is going to be phenomenal. We'll be talking to folks like Netflix and those guys who I've been working with to see if we can put all this in the mix. So it's a good thing. So thank you for having me.
So that is incredibly exciting to hear all the things happening. I'm actually curious, how long of a process has this been for you guys? When did you all start this project? And because it had to be a while ago to be as far along and have all these great things going on.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's been about since 2018 when we first started with the Hopi and Navajo deal. I was actually on a talk show and they were saying, oh, you're in all these countries. What about here in the United States with the Hopi and Navajo? And that was back in 2018. And then Mariana and I was in Hawaii, and that was in 2019 when she was there in Hawaii, and we met in the lobby, and she was telling me about these characters that she had, and we talked about teaming up. So it's been like with me and her since 2019 and 2018 for the Hopi and Navajo. And then we connected up with Airline Ambassadors, which is a nonprofit of American Airlines, where the stewardess from American Airlines started their nonprofit, and we teamed up with them, and the CEO is Nancy Rivard. And they say, hey, let us join you also. So it's just been one great, amazing journey. And then this year to team up with you guys from the Disability Network, it's just been unbelievable. So yeah, it's been since 2018, like you said, and to have over 25,000 children just on the Hopi and Navajo reservation now have clean drinking water. In the last event where we got, like I said, in Beverly Hills, because I was in Australia, and a friend of mine, we were going to do a deal over there, then COVID hit. And so then after COVID, my friend Amanda Musfit bought Hardcourt Beverly Hills Realty and called me up like this year and said, let's have our fundraiser in Beverly Hills that we were going to do in Sydney, Australia. And we couldn't do it because of COVID. And we just did the Beverly Hills deal a few weeks ago. So yeah, and then to get the whole mayor and Chamber of Commerce involved in Kirkland to say, hey, let's come out here to Kirkland, Washington, and do a fundraiser with us. And we want to support you with the church, the community. And then all of a sudden, one of the people in Kirkland say, well, you know, I got a ranch in Woodinville, Washington, and we would love to have a fundraiser there, and let's do it like a Woodstock. So that was kind of over the hill for me, because I'd never done a Woodstock type festival. I mean, I've booked shows at the Paramount for years, but to have a 3-day festival, it was unbelievable. So yeah, it's just been an unbelievable journey.
That's going to be an exciting event, what you have today, and then with that event coming up, and say the dates again.
It's July 14th, 15th, 16th, and it's going to be in Woodinville, Washington, and it's called the Ferguson Ranch. And everybody, it's a free event. Dick's Burgers, which is like a McDonald's out here in Seattle, is sponsoring it, which was unbelievable. Voltaire's Restaurants coming in with the refreshments. And they'll be with us at this event in Kirkland today at the church, Voltaire's and Santa Fe. So we're getting the community involved in what we're doing. And like I said, when we just did the show with Sedona Spotlight, talking about the Disability Network and what we're going to be doing with you guys, and also with Kurt and Jasper in Africa, to spread the word out to get people involved, is just amazing. But yes, July 14th, 15th, and 16th in Woodinville, Washington, and it's a free event. We got great singers, and we're telling everybody to come out there and join us. If anybody want to know more about it, or want to volunteer as a singer, or just come out and hang out, they can go to www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. Give me a email, shout out, come and join us. We're going to have a blast.
That's excellent. Oh, I'm looking forward to hearing more progress as things get closer, because I'm sure you'll have some more little nuggets as it gets more details putting in, and who's all going to be there. And it sounds like an amazing event. That's perfect.
It is. And first time, you know, we've had a 3-day event. We've normally do the 1-day deals, you know, like I said, like we're doing the church today, or in a, theater, or in a restaurant. But to have a ranch donated for 3 days and it's a beautiful ranch. I can't wait to send you the pictures. In Woodinville, Washington, where they have a lot of wineries at. So we're getting the wineries involved. Like I said, all the artists, beautiful place. I'll send you pictures of it also as we go on. We got a beautiful flyer put together, a poster, and I'll send you pictures of the ranch. But how cool is that to, get a ranch donated for the cause to help the children and their families on the Hopi and Navajo reservation. And also in Sedona, we also got a ranch that's being donated to us, and we don't have the dates yet for that, but it's actually the CEO of Sedona Spotlight, who we talked about the Disability Network with teaming up, who has that ranch in Sedona, and we're going to do a deal out there also. So And we're growing. And you guys got to come out there.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like so much fun.
Sedona is a beautiful place. I went
Yeah.
out there, and the reservation is close by. It is about 2 hours away, but it's spiritual, it's beautiful, a lot of history. I went out there for the first time and just fell in love with it. So to get this donated to us, and we're working on a date, we got to invite everybody to come out, hang out, and we'll be going to Sedona next.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing more details. And actually, for today's episode here with the TDC Today Show, I'm going to pass this back over to Emily to go ahead and wrap us up. We're going to have another episode starting shortly here, so hopefully you can stick around and we can hear even more of what's all happening here. But my name again is Sue Roscoff, and thank you so much, everyone. Over to you, Emily.
I wanted to thank everybody again for joining us. If anybody has any questions, comments, whatever, to please connect with us. And please check out all of our social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Again, special thanks and recognition to Marcus Hart, Jace Doyen, Lauren Swingate, and Zach Clayton for replaying this on their platforms. So, Sue, do you want to say anything about the Friends tour? Or do we not have time with that?
We will hit that up on the next episode. So stay
Okay.
tuned. We got more coming. All right. And for that, thank you so much, everyone. We will see you next time. Bye for now.